Jackie Rankin.
And Mike Langford.
Be somebody breaking out of one of these lifts.
Are we all seated? Thank you, folks. We'll start the second part of the program tonight. First of all, did anyone leave this cap at the Laurie Thomas down at Lake Ohau? Not anyone's cap? Right. We won't even auction it. Finder gets it. Pardon? I don't have an Armada. Sorry. All right. First thing up tonight will be the MDC number 6, getting your feet wet, and John will start the video. No? What's the story?
Thank you very much for all the entrants producing a nice display. We have chocolate fish here for Janice McIver, Janine McIver. There we go. And we'll now do the draw for the next week or next month. Just a reminder that Creative Focus is still in play until midnight or just before midnight on Tuesday. So if you like to pick a number between 1 and 7, please, Janine. 5. And then between 1 and 30. 23 is seated. So seated is the theme for next month. Seated, like you. Seated. I will send a note round about that. And I've got a chocolate fish here for Diana too, which I'll deliver to her on the way back down for being the judge. Thank you for all the work. Thank you. Perhaps just one comment I should make is that spelling sometimes causes me a problem because sometimes the spelling is obviously incorrect, but sometimes it can be used for effect. So I take a policy of not changing anything. And what I put on the screen is what you've put on the entry form. If anybody objects to that, we can change it if we need to. But I think it's easier because sometimes people have quirky minds and spell things differently for effect. So if you have any suggestions, just get in touch with me. Thanks.
Thanks, John. And now we have the competition critique and results of projected image number 5. It was a photojournalism. We have the judges were Judy Rankin and Mike Langford, two very well-known photographers, and it'll be Janine is going to do the the rest of that.
Thank you. Yeah, we're very lucky to have 2 judges this time round, and they've done something a little bit different, which is really cool. They've recorded their voices with their comments as we watch the video. So yeah, it's be really nice, even if they can't be here in person. We are still getting to hear their thoughts and their voices come through on the comments. I'm just going to read the bio. So Jackie Rankin has over 40 years experience within the visual arts and has been an international awards judge since 2002. She learned her craft by working within the photographics industry as a darkroom technician, freelance and sports photographer, wedding photographer, commercial photographer and photojournalist. In 1996, after gaining her associate diploma in fine arts, she began working as a teacher of fine art photography. She combines her art practice with teaching and is a presenter in workshops and seminars internationally, exhibiting and instructing nationally and internationally. Her passion is the creation of multi-layered narratives via in-camera multiple exposures, and more recently using I can't say that word, diptychs, to express more about a place, time, and her feelings. She allows play and serendipity into her creative process, which gives her personal freedom to find herself in the landscapes that she moves through. She has given us an artist's statement, which is, I celebrate life by making photographs. I find contentment through the continuing challenges and creative potential of photography and the communication of this work with others and the broader community. So it's really poignant. Since 2001, she has won many prestigious photography awards, which have culminated in making her a Grand Master of both the Australian Institute of Professional Photography and the New Zealand Institute of Professional Photography. She's a Canon Master and EIZO Ambassador. Jackie is co-director of creative photography workshops with her husband, Mike Lanford. And Mike has also put forward a bio. Mike has been a professional photographer for 40 years and an international awards judge and lecturer for 28 years. He held the position of Honours Chair of the NZIPP for 10 years, as well as President for a further 3 years. His passion is travel photography and photographic book publishing, having produced over 30 books under his own name and many more as an associate contributor. He worked for Australian Geographic as a photographer over a period of 14 years, during which time he was awarded Australian Geographic Photographer of the Year and nominated for the award on several other occasions. He has won many prestigious professional photographic awards both in New Zealand as well as Australia, resulting in being awarded Grand Master of both the Australian and New Zealand institutes. He is also an honorary fellow of both institutes. Mike is a Canon Master and EIZO Ambassador and is co-director of the creative photography workshops with his wife Jackie. So we can go on to watch the video now.
Before we start, we've got a quick recap here, which possibly should be read afterwards, but we're going to do it first. Jackie Rankin and Mike Langford conducted a critique and judging session for a photojournalism category competition, reviewing multiple photographs and providing feedback on how to improve each entry. They explained that successful photojournalism requires capturing people doing things in specific places, emphasising the need for strong foreground, middle ground and background elements to tell compelling stories. The judges noted that many submissions lacked sufficient context or action, with several images being too tight in crop or suffering from over-processing in post-production. They highlighted the importance of natural colour balance, proper exposure and avoiding distractions in the foreground, while encouraging photographers to include more environmental details that help viewers understand the location and situation. The judges concluded that while the photographs were technically well executed, they needed stronger storytelling elements and better composition to succeed in the photojournalism category. When submitting to the photojournalism category, focus more on telling a clear story, showing people actively doing things in specific places. Wider angles more often give a sense of place and environment. Consider using foreground, midground and background elements to create more dynamic compositions. Be mindful of distractions in the frame, for example, out of focus elements, foreground obstructions, dominant backgrounds, and angle the position or position to minimize them. Avoid over-processing images, excessive HDR, burning in and dodging, unnatural saturation, and aim for more natural post-processing to strengthen the storytelling. Ensure images are technically sound, sharpness, exposure, horizon lines, cropping, and provide enough context so the story is clear without relying on a title. Okay, we'll get on with it.
Hi, it's Jackie Rankin.
And Mike Langford.
We're here today to do a critique and also a judging of your photojournalistic category for this year.
Yeah, photojournalism normally is about people doing things in places, and I guess normally would require more of a wide-angle point of view, so you could actually see all those things in the same picture. But having looked at the rules for this competition, it seems to be that it just needs to be people and places.
Yeah.
So we're happy with that.
We'll do some critiques and offer some suggestions maybe on how to improve things, or...
Yeah, I think so, because photojournalism is a really important part of our lives, is interpreting and telling people what we think is going on and telling stories. And I think if you can do that in the future for this competition, your images will be much stronger. So we'll try and help that.
Great. Okay, so we're just going to share the screen. Oop, right over there. Okay, so you're seeing an image here. Just going to move this little Milo box. Right. Okay, so this first image has got a lot going on. I like the foreground.
I love the shape. Wide-angle lens gives us a real sense of place, environment.
Yeah.
We know what's going on, but the use of colour is quite superb.
Yeah, that's great. Just your eye does move around all those different shapes, and they, even though we say people and machines, there's nice separation of those shapes.
Yeah. It's pretty successful.
Good shot.
That was a score 3.
Oh, ways to improve this, just quickly. Would have been maybe something happening down here where the action is, to take it a little bit further about what they are digging up, or happening, or maybe a little bit more face.
Or maybe even a little bit closer. Keep the same lens, because the lens is great, but just have something a little bit stronger on the foreground. All the foreground elements are pretty much the same, whereas the guy on the left with the broom, if he was actually closer to the lens, it would give you more of a lead into the photograph. So think about making the image more dynamic by having a strong foreground, middle foreground, background.
Yeah, the lighting is quite what we call flat over the shoulder, and it's lighting everything evenly as well.
Correct.
So perhaps some other angles.
Yeah.
Like you said, right. It's an interesting point of view, looking up to the sky, but it's not really saying where we are, but what he's about to do. An action. At the moment, he's mid-action. He's not actually doing something. He's about to do something. So photojournalism is more about people doing things in places. We know he's up a telegraph pole, but that's about it. We don't know where the telegraph pole is. So in terms of the sort of subject, to give it more interest, add more information. You know what I like about it is the end of these wires. There's nothing there. You don't see that very much, do you?
Right. So it hasn't started yet.
Yeah,
there you go.
It's like that. There's something there that's quite interesting.
Again, love the shapes. Love the colour. Sharpness is where it should be sharp. Just in terms of an image, this is a pretty strong image.
Nice and sharp, yeah.
That was a score 2. This is a score 3.
Well, there's a story going on. There's a man talking on his microphone. Somebody is either stopped. I think they are. Yeah, they're definitely stopped and about to do something. These are all the things I'm seeing. Is this heat coming off through the back of the bike? I'm not sure why that's there.
The bag jump on the front of the words. We always read words. If there's words in an image, they become part of the story. So the bag jump tells us that either he's just landed or he's about to take off, but there's certainly jumping involved.
Yeah, so all the elements in here are about the story, which is great.
Yeah.
How do we improve this, Mike?
Again, something a little bit more dynamic. The rider and the announcer are on the same plane. Be good to have something stronger on the foreground. So there's a foreground, middle foreground, and possibly a little bit more on the background that tells us where we are.
Yes.
This is score 2.
I see a playground, a place of where sculpture. This looks like a sculpture is going on. There's people moving through the space. The foreground is quite strong with that chair. But is it relating to the story? And what is the story?
What is the story? That's the question. It's a space, and it's got people within the space, but they're not interacting with the space. I think if you're constructing a story with a photograph like this, it needs to tell us more about the causation. Why are these things here? What are they? What the purpose is, and how do people interact with it?
Yes.
So just think about telling stories a little bit more with your pictures.
Something coming in on the edge of frame. Just more people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Score 1.
In a restaurant.
Yeah, but I don't know. There's again, I'm not quite sure what you're trying to tell us. Apart from, I guess the title is the key to the picture. Whereas it should be the picture that's the key to the title. I'm looking at this image and I'm sort of looking for the focal point, which is the element that's dominant, and there isn't one. I'm thinking it could be the newspaper in the foreground, but there's not enough detail on that to make me look at it. So create a stronger foreground and let your eye go through into the image, and all those background people would then have a sense of place and purpose.
Yeah. But yes, your eye goes throughout there. The blacks on the man's coat just technically is a bit flat as well. I lost the blacks in there. A bit too much dodging, perhaps. That's all.
Yeah.
This one's a score 3.
Ooh. You go, ooh. Yeah. 1, 2. Great little crunch going on there. Good moment. Love the arms just about wrapping around this player, rugby player.
A very successful image.
How do we? Yeah. So how do we improve it though? It's done. I think it's done really well. Is it just a little bit more of where we are again?
I think the crop's just too tight, especially on the guy's shoulder on the left-hand side.
It's like he's tilting. I mean, he is running into that, but I got that feeling too.
The horizon line's a little bit crooked. But the sense of timing is fantastic, and the sharpness is perfect. Shutter speed, aperture, all the things are correct technically. Just needs a bit more space.
Yeah, maybe even a horizontal instead of vertical.
Yeah, I agree. But we don't know what's on the side of the frame.
That's right. Could have been quite busy.
Score 1.
Technically, this is really let down by over-processing. The HDR in here has actually made the people on the centre of the frame
They're quite grey looking at them, particularly the central.
Yeah, which is where your eye goes. In terms of design, I think the structure of the image is really good. I love the people looking into frame on the right. There's a real sense of movement and power, but I think your processing has let the image down.
And that's because it's that subject against that light background. But there's a really good crop here on the right. Look at that.
Very much so. Yeah. Against
the darker background. Even though this young fella, he is quite good. So there's a lot going for it, but just some of those technicalities have brought it down.
Yep.
Yeah.
More so than anything else. Again, the wide lens is giving us a real good feel of foreground and background.
This is a score 4.
Yeah, it's a great moment captured. Well done. It's achieved exactly what it needs. It's got an emotional reaction. It's sharp. It's a good captured moment. I actually like the person with the dog in between the two as well. I think that adds a sort of a triangle which leads your eye through to the background, but you keep coming back to that joy in the foreground. And again, the color palette is wonderful.
Well done. So is there any way we could have improved this?
Again, I'd like to see if there's other people running on the right-hand side or the left-hand side.
Is it a race? Is it? Yeah.
Well, it says it's a marathon according to the guy's shirt, so you always read the shirt.
I guess so.
But yeah, a little bit more space that leads your eye to these guys.
Good. Okay.
Score 2.
It's our backyard, Jackie.
That's it.
But what are they doing?
Oh, it says maintenance.
It says maintenance.
Well,
but,
we shouldn't
but
have to
they're,
read that.
but they're actually not.
What are they
They're
doing?
not doing anything. That's the thing.
Yeah, what tools have they got?
So
They just
give us a moment of action. Involve the people more in doing something.
Yes. That's it. Moment of action, and that would have taken it up the next level.
It certainly would have. Yeah, because the colour's great.
Score 1.
Signage. We can see all that. Tell that story.
But that's
what
it. Unfortunately, there's no. Everything's in the background. Everything's on the same visual plane. Give us something dynamic. Make that sign biz truck lead our eye into the image more. Give us a foreground. Again, feels like a long lens. There's no sense of place apart from we know it's a Foursquare store.
Yeah.
But and the action's interesting, but not interesting enough.
Yeah.
Score 3.
It's a nice it's a nice compression here with a longer lens, bringing that foreground and background together, and good depth of field.
It's got all the elements that tells the story.
Yeah. There's a nice expression. That guy looks a little bit creepy. Looks like he's really watching out for everyone.
He's pretty cranky looking, I reckon. But again, I think it's a really good storytelling image, and it's successful for that.
Yeah.
To improve it a bit more, maybe a little bit more context, a little bit wider. I think you've cropped it in maybe to get rid of other people that could be around. But that might have helped the situation as well. Yeah. Okay.
Score 2.
Now, this is a great peak action. I think it's a wonderful shot that's been very compromised by something very close to the lens that's just made that whole left-hand bottom side very, very fuzzy.
Fuzzy, out of focus. Maybe the head of somebody or
it could be, which is a shame because apart from that, it's a great shot and pretty successful.
Yeah, it's nice seeing that the figure interact, being watched by all the people in the background. That's all part of one story.
Absolutely, but just be very aware of the distractions. I mean, that left-hand side is a real strong distraction, so be more aware of what's going on.
Score 1.
Okay. Screens and kids. But there's more going on here. I can see a lot of foreground. It's not very useful, is it? Maybe a crop in here would have been better, and perhaps seeing a little bit of face.
Maybe a lower angle, maybe a little bit more about who these people are and where they are. At the moment, the story is pretty monosyllabic. It's kids looking at screens and that's it. There's no where, there's no needs a story, it needs more information. The idea of a successful story is something that keeps communicating to you. This is you look at it and you go, yeah, they're on their phones, and then it stops. I'd love to know what's in the background, what sort of is it a gallery? Are they somewhere that's possibly more interesting than what they're doing on their phones?
And that would be the story. Some really amazing action going on in the background, and they're just lost in this other world.
Yeah.
That would be
a better story.
Yeah.
Score 3.
I'll quite read.
And I find this a really strong dynamic photograph. I love the roots in the foreground. Your eye goes through everything and finds the person on the tree reading. We're not quite sure why he's in the tree reading, but the idea of this photograph is quite a beautiful photograph.
I'm enjoying the colours. The skin colour's really nice too.
Oh, the blues and greens.
There's no distractions.
Yep.
Good job.
I think it's a very successful photograph.
Score 1.
Christchurch Palace and protest.
Well, we obviously read the signs first, and then we try and make sense of what the sign's telling us. There's parts of this that sort of sink. Maybe that's the idea of a dead baby in the lady's arms. her attitude, what she's holding in her hand, don't quite understand these things. I'm really dominated by that red vehicle in the background.
Yes, yes.
And so, yeah, it's visually confusing, would you say?
Yes, and the exposure is quite dark. The blacks are
Too black.
Black, yeah. And I'd love to be able to see what's in her eyes. And maybe a brighter exposure would have brought up that connection.
I agree with that, yeah. Always being aware of what's happening in the background and does it add to the picture or distract from the picture. And if it's distracting, move your angle of view so that it's not quite so dominant.
Score 2.
Martin James and a pianola demo.
So obviously the piano is playing itself, which is what the story has told us in terms of words. Yeah.
He's just kind of sitting there, isn't he?
Yeah, I quite like him to be listening. I don't know.
And why has he got that apron on?
And
yeah, it's kind of like I'm not understanding why we're seeing this photograph of him sitting there like that, because you don't have to sit next to it to hear it.
No, it plays itself. Yeah,
because it looks like this is a kind of like a tea party. Maybe he's serving something, but the story's not coming together for me.
I get part of the story, but I think there's a bigger story here. Maybe pulling back a bit further and actually showing him and more of the piano, more of the room, more of this historic place.
Yes.
Because I think it's more about the place.
Yeah, the wide-angle lenses makes him bigger and everything else smaller.
Yeah.
But the wide-angle lens also brings distortion, doesn't it? So the verticals in here are all falling outwards.
Right.
And maybe that coming back further and not using such a wide-angle lens would have put him in that place better.
Yeah. It's
skin tone's really good. Colour's nice.
Sharp.
The white balance in here.
Exposure's great.
Yeah. There you go.
Score 3.
Checking out the furrow. What's in the furrow? A hole.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's a fields day. It's it's a competition. I'd like to see a stronger fog. I'd like to see everything's middle foreground and background. Give us a foreground. Leave the eye into these things. Use the furrows to take your eye into the image.
I guess the pano crop is there to enhance those long horizontal lines. But then we then go into the background, and the mountains are quite, I guess, it give a sense of place where we are.
Yeah, environment.
But I'm feeling I'd like to see a little bit more foreground. So maybe that's all about angle then.
It is. It's purely, or allowing something to come close to you so that we're looking through something to this.
And exposure could have been a little bit lighter on the subject, being the guys with the tractors.
Correct. Yeah.
Score 1.
She's got like a question mark on her face, hasn't she? She's thinking about something, this lady.
Yeah. I mean, we're told that she's the subject of the image, but everything else around her has been treated equally in terms of processing. It's like everything's really light, even her skin color. She's not really a dark person. She's a middle grey person. I think the exposure's wrong for this.
They're right. Well, the brightest part of the image is the lady with the white shawl under her arm.
Yeah, this is where post-production actually becomes very important, where you make the subject of the image, which is the lady doing the breastfeeding, make her the subject and make everything else not as important. And you do that by burning and dodging.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jackie?
Yeah, I agree. The interesting face, though. And I'm wondering why she's got that face while she's in the middle of the necessity of nurture. I suppose that's what it is. She's gone like, here I am.
She's got no choice.
Stuck here for a while. Everybody else is doing their own thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, just exposure.
I think so.
Dodging and burning.
Yep. Help us look.
Yep. Would have helped.
Score 3.
Can't quite see the story in here. It's a nice view right up inside
Oh.
this the architecture.
I think it's a great architectural shot. So I've disregarded photojournalism as being the reason for this image. It's just a really nice architectural image.
It is.
And well done for that. But be selective, a bit more selective about the subject that the competition's about.
Okay, so to make it more about photojournalism would be somebody breaking out of one of these lifts and something falling down, or some action shot, something
happening.
Something happening. Okay.
Score one.
Something happening here.
Unfortunately, the largest part of the image is out of focus.
This foreground here.
Yep, it's just too dominant. I think the environment is more interesting than just the jousting.
So going wider would give us a sense of reference of where we are.
Yeah, I mean, that crowd in the background, it would give us a sense of place. There's no sense of place here.
Yes, so wider shot, bigger depth of field.
Yeah.
Shutter speed's great. Exposure's a little bit dark, a little bit muddy, some of those tones.
Yeah. Photojournalism is about a sense of place.
But good for getting in there and getting that moment, but just a different lens.
Yeah.
Score two.
Love the light on the hand. It's a shame that light's not on his face.
Yes.
Because I'm looking at the hand and thinking, is that the most important part of this image? Because that's where the eye goes. Again, if this is a performance in a public area, show the public area. At the moment, the context isn't there.
And the crop, the pano crop has taken off some of that story at the bottom for a reason. We don't know why.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with you. We just needed to see more what was going on with that subject. Or maybe that hand could have been black and it could have been all a silhouette. But still, there's questions, a lot of questions being asked without really understanding the story.
Yeah, I think the environment would help.
Right.
Score one.
In sync at an airport art.
Yeah, I see the in sync, the two arms up, doing the same thing on the same place at the same time. I see that, but I do see the foreground as being hugely distracting.
Well, there's two chairs. They're two figures.
Oh,
that's part of the thinking.
Oh, well done, Jackie.
And the suitcase is part of that story.
Tells travel.
But perhaps that foreground is just too strong. A crop might have helped.
Yeah, or a more sense of where this is.
And why that foreground is so strong.
It doesn't necessarily say airport.
Yeah, the reds and blacks are quite interesting. And the colour palette.
Oh, you're
here.
picking up on all sorts of good things here. That's great.
It says explore.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there is a bit of a story going on.
Maybe a horizontal crop instead of a vertical crop.
Okay.
Score five.
Yeah, this is a great piece of focusing and seeing. I love seeing this guy's eyes. Love the angle. Maybe a little crop on the left, just to bring that sort of that leaning into the corner, making it stronger.
I find that there's a really good balance there.
Okay.
And I like seeing the shadows contained on the left-hand side of these bikes. But I think it's all in that stare, that connection through his glasses. The exposure's perfect. Yeah, no distractions in here at all. Like, very powerful, yeah.
I think it's a strong shot too. Yeah.
Score one.
Okay, hunting from a helicopter, we can see that.
And look, it's a great piece of seeing. It's a shame it's not sharp.
Yeah, it is a bit blurry.
But also, it would be really nice to see what he's shooting at. So maybe something a little bit wider, if there's more of a story on there. You're on the right track. It's someone doing something somewhere from a helicopter, but get it sharp if you can.
Right, and crop it to include the story a little bit. We don't need to see the whole helicopter. No, that it's a helicopter.
Well, that's correct. Yeah, I think the focus is more on the background than what it is on the helicopter itself.
Yeah. Okay.
Score 3.
Yeah, he's just about to do a head plant, I think.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'd like to see more environment. You've cropped in on him, which has possibly made him stronger. But again, as a photojournalistic image, it needs to tell us a little bit more of a story. What do you think, Jackie?
Yeah, I think the exposure is great. Fast shutter speed's good, but yes, I don't know what kind of a jump he's come off or where he's going to.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's...
And there is a really good focus on the face. There's light on the face. So there's a moment caught in there.
Well, it's definitely successful regardless.
Definitely.
But to make it better, I think it just needs a little bit more environment.
Score 3.
Great peak action, good timing. Just be a bit more careful about where you're photographing. That foreground tripod
It's quite distracting.
is very distracting.
Yeah.
So just, set yourself up a little bit better. Work out what's between you and the subject. Even though these things happen pretty fast, just be aware of what's between you and the subject.
Yeah. I also think the subject is just got that moment of going away from us a little bit. I would have liked to have seen maybe the main subject being the hurdle before this one, where they were going across, and being able to see faces a little bit more. But that's just I don't know what was in the background of that shot, so I can't say. But maybe that foreground wouldn't have been distracting in that spot. But the field, all those subjects being in focus
it's a good.
they're good.
And it's great shutter speed, great depth of focus, great colours. I'm enjoying the colours a lot.
Skin colour.
Score 4.
Love the low angle of view here, and also the use of colour. That added saturation is really strong. Possibly I'd like to see a little bit more space on the left-hand side, where the point of difference, that's the one thing that's different out of all of this, and yet it's been compromised.
Yeah.
So keep those things in.
Keep those things in. Yeah.
Score 2.
He's pretty happy to be arriving at the cabin, but what is the cabin? How big is the cabin? Where is the cabin?
Where is the cabin? Yeah.
So I guess they're the things I don't know, but he's certainly happy. And
it's more a portrait than a storytelling image. And as a portrait, it's great. It's a sense of someone being very happy doing what he's doing.
Absolutely.
But I would love to see it where he is.
Yeah.
A reference to where he's either going or where he's come from, or you're quite flat to the subject.
Score 2.
This is potentially a wonderful photograph that has been just really overdone in the burning and dodging.
Yes.
Just you've got to be very mindful of how people see something like this. It's almost like there's a light from outer space spotlit them. It's just so unnatural. If you're going to lighten that foreground, lighten all of the foreground. Let it become an area that's believable. The action's great, the focus is great, the location's wonderful, but you just overdone this technique.
Yes.
Pull back on that.
Perhaps a crop in closer would have helped them as well. But otherwise, it's a nice moment. Look at her hands up.
I love it. Yeah, I think it's wonderful.
Something memorable for this couple, but
print it again and get rid of that spot.
It will be better.
Yeah.
Sure.
Score 1.
Yes. There's emotion happening here between the two of them. Little boy looking on to the woman. She's quite despondent. Her hand gestures are all part of that. The background is it's a simple shot.
Yeah.
But
it's not giving us much information though.
Yeah.
I'd like to see a little bit more of the environment that she's in.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite isolated. There's no story going on here.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and it feels like she's just about to close her eyes. Maybe that moment wasn't quite the right moment, even for that portrait.
Agree.
Score 4.
This is a great storytelling photograph. It's just been overdone in its post-production.
So the teeth are a little bit too bright?
Yeah. And the saturation's way too high.
Much on the young man.
Keep it natural, because it's a beautiful photograph. Just tone down all the post-production.
And that will make it much stronger, although it is a very strong shot, regardless.
It's a very strong shot. Yeah, the crop's good. Possibly a little bit more crop at the bottom where that really bright grass is actually taking my eye down a little bit, especially on the right-hand side. Or just tone it down in post-production, but yeah, keep it natural, because this is a beautiful photograph.
Yes, because you can see how the background has been flattened overly, and it could have been, why not just leave it a little bit more natural? Yeah, a little bit more natural.
Score 3.
This is great peak action. We actually know the story here. It's a really well told story. The only question I've got about this is the right-hand side doesn't add to the story. If anything, I'd like to see more on the left and less on the right. But what's happening on the left, if that was cropped in a little bit tighter from the right, I think we'd be looking more at what that guy's doing with the ball. I think it's a really good photograph.
Yeah, great shutter speed, fast, good depth of field all the way through. No distractions in the background. Yeah, a lot of good things going for it. But yeah, I agree. I'd like to see a little bit more on the left as well.
Score 4.
Yeah, this is pretty successful as well. In fact, I'd say very successful. Sense of place, sense of participation. All those little kids all looking on.
Love this kid here looking up, creating the triangle. Completing that.
No, it's beautifully composed. Great colour. Sharpness is exactly where it needs to be.
Terrific.
Score 1.
Everything's lit evenly here. The crop is kind of close, but it's also, I feel like it's too close, not enough space. What's going on?
Well, I'm reading the title Disharmony, and I get that feeling, but I don't know anything more than this disharmony. I think that too bright. I think the whole thing is a little bit too.
It's hard light, isn't it?
It's hard light, and also there's just not enough information to tell us what's going on. Give us more space,
and that would help for sure.
Score 2.
It's quite. So it's got a poetic quality to it.
Yeah, I'm distracted by the signature of the photographer on the bottom right, which I think's not allowed in competitions at all. So just be very mindful of not including those when you submit photographs. But coming back to the image itself, I think it's working really well. Love the guy with the hose dampening the whole thing down. We know it's demolition because it's written. I think the angles are all working well. That digger on the left coming in to the right, the guy putting his hose to the left.
I would have liked to see this digger being a little bit higher and the shadow on the wall looking like a lizard or something.
Imagine that.
That would have taken it a bit, I would think.
Yeah.
Score 1.
Unfortunately, all I can do here is read.
I went straight to the reading of it.
You just read it and you look at the artwork by someone else and you try and make sense of that to the rest of the picture. and I can't make sense of it. I can't see the relevance of the guy on the right to the left. I can't really see that there's a Starbucks here. I can't.
So
the story's not being told.
So maybe a better angle of view would have been more appropriate.
Oh, maybe not quite so tight. Maybe,
coming back and going left and having that some leading lines bringing us into the composition.
Yeah,
and the guy.
It's very flat.
So flat onto the subject and too tight.
Yep.
Right.
Score 1.
Threshold, yeah. Look, the title's good. There's an Elch factor in here. I think the use of black and white's working okay. Colour, it looks like it would be very colourful. In fact, maybe the colour's more dynamic. But what's really getting on the road of the communication here is all those shapes coming out of his head.
So his body is merging with the colours behind and creating one big shape.
One big shape.
It's a bit confusing.
And if it's about that blade on his foot, then get in closer, make that stronger, to create something more dynamic.
Stronger, closer. That would have become bigger. His face smaller. His head separated from the background.
Correct. All of those things. Yep.
In colour.
Yep.
Score 6.
Yeah, this is very successful.
Good framing of the lady in the background.
Oh, no, just love the including of all the other people at this event. Out of focus in the background. A beautiful composition. This low angle is just superb. Good storytelling.
Yes, I'm enjoying it too. Just the gestures of the horses.
I'm not sure I can improve it. I think it's great.
Yeah.
Score 1.
This diptych is a little confusing because of the two images. I think one of the images would have been enough. The two don't really add anything to each other.
Yes, there's no real point of action of the lady on the left.
Or is it a man?
Or a man. I think it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I agree. And images, they do need to work together to make a diptych stronger.
Yeah. In fact, these two compete against each other.
Score 3.
Yeah.
He's pretty happy.
It's a strong diagonal. I think the lighting is great. I think the angle of view is great. Possibly him being up on top with that Rolls Royce, instead of that Rolls Royce sign coming out of his head, having him polishing it could have been a stronger picture.
And there's also these beautiful reflections, maybe somehow of enhancing the reflections in the car to help tell the story about where he is.
Yeah.
Helped as well.
Yeah, I think it's
still a good shot.
I think it's a good shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good colour tone and focusing, all of those technical things.
Score 4.
There's a nice emotion here, moment captured.
I think so too.
Particularly the expression on the lady's face. The kids all involved in looking at the laying of the wreath.
And the person on the background with holding a portrait of someone. I think, there's a really good sense of place and story. I think this is very successful. Yeah, well done.
Colours are a little bit cold, but early morning light is cold. The man on the right does look like he's leaning over a little bit, like he's about to fall over. I don't know, but perhaps if it was a little bit wider and not so tight on him, I think I would have liked it a bit more.
Yeah, me too. I feel as if there's just a little bit of a horizon line leaning to the right. I think if you straighten that up a little bit, it wouldn't be quite so distorted.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I think that's the end of it.
That's it.
End of that.
Yeah. So, I hope that helped. As we're saying, we've judged it more as photographs as opposed to pure photojournalism, because I think you need to understand what photojournalism is a little bit more when you submit to this category. But the photographs themselves have been great. So thanks for sharing.
Well done. Thanks, bye.
Well, that was absolutely wonderful, seeing the discussion between the two judges, and I felt really involved in that, and yeah, I hope we have more of that. It was, if Jackie and Mike are listening, thank you so much. That was just really entertaining and really interesting. Okay, so we are going to give out some of the awards to hopefully some of the people are here. So, Diana, do you want to, is she here? Is she gone? Wants to come and shake people's hands? Okay, so this is accepted. Nelson Bolstead, Greer's Roadworks. Oh, have we? Okay. Oh, here's Toby's one now. Sorry, Nelson.
That's the first one.
Oh, there we go. Yep, that's yours. Mm-hmm.
You might be interested to know it was taken with this, and it's half the picture.
Accepted Toby Mears, Let's Get Ready to Rumble. He's not here? Okay. Accepted Bonnie Streetscamp, The Tackle. Accepted Alistair Phillips, Watching the Watcher. Accepted Robin Johansson, Checking Out the Furrow. Accepted Nola Sumner, Lift Shaft. Accepted Rowan Wright, In Sync Airport Art. Accepted Nicola Jackson, Crankworks Christchurch. Accepted Lucy Ferguson, Hurdle Race. Accepted Les Anon, Canoe Polo Tussle. Accepted Alan Moore, One Final Polish. Oh, okay, high acceptance, this David Bryce, The Spirit of Park Run. High acceptance, Janet Munnings, A Quiet Read. Sure.
If any of you have been on Jackie and Mike's workshops, they're really worth going to. They're super good teachers, and they're very, very busy, but they've always got time for other people. And in the years that I've been listening in clubs, I've never heard two judges together, and I think that's really lovely tonight, the way they were bantering with each other and having different perspectives from two people. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Thank you.
High acceptance, Jan Boag, lest we forget. High acceptance, John Thornton, the horse of the fallen warrior. High acceptance, Sue Combs, the flyover. High acceptance, Tony York, lest we forget. And honours, Anne Yuan, rapid chase. And lovely to have the best in show, Carolyn Alcock, Logan and Barney. Oh, Carolyn, do you want to talk about your photo just a wee bit, please?
It's at the ploughing competition. It's on every year. It's always well worth going. I've been in snow, hail, rain, and this particular day it was really strong cold wind. I'm trying to avoid the people in the background, so I just got down low and that's what I got.
Lovely. Yep. The judges loved it. I think we'll leave it there because it's after 9, so thank you.
Thank you, Janine. And thank you, the judges, Judy and Mike. Hope to see them again sometime. Just to re-notice here, prints for the CPS competition, please have them ready for Penny Kennedy on Wednesday, the 8th of July, and that's the latest time she'll accept them. And for those who participate in the PSNZ Interclub competitions, during the 1st of July, the 31st, National Photojournalism, July the 1st to July the 31st, Nelson Triptych, August the 8th to August the 30th, North Shore Salon, and August the 15th to the September the 2nd is New Zealand Landscape Salon. And please refer to Diana's weekly newsletter for further information for competition entries. Next meeting, July the 1st, 7 o'clock, the first one, we've got Creative by Heidi, and at 8 o'clock, Diana and I will talk about a South African safari. So, in finishing, thank you for the opening and closing venues and for Dennis, and meet and greet as well. Sound Gordon and Andrew, and projection Alistair and Andrew. Sorry, Alan, sorry. And supper coordinators, Chris. And we invite you to the next Wednesday's program. Good night and safe driving home. Thank you.